All right, you degenerates, time to get into this shitstorm that is Yannick Ngakoue's career.
Oh, you mean the guy who's on his 10th fucking team?
10. You think that's normal?
I mean, it's definitely a lot more teams than years he's been in the league, right?
The dude's a journeyman deluxe.
Hmm.
Currently with the Patriots, no less.
Belichick loves those reclamation projects.
But seriously, is this guy some kind of football savant or just a major pain in the ass?
Well, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. He's definitely got the talent. The numbers speak for themselves. Sacks, forced fumbles, he's got the whole package.
Okay, so walk me through this whole mess. Where'd this dude even pop up from?
Ngakoue started out with the Jacksonville Jaguars, drafted in 2016.
The Jags.
Yeah, and right off the bat, he sets a rookie sack record. 8 sacks for a team that was absolute garbage that year.
So he was the one bright spot on a really shitty team.
Pretty much.
That still doesn't explain why he's been traded more times than a used car, though.
Hold your horses, we're getting there. Let's fast forward to 2017. Remember Saxonville?
Oh yeah, when the Jags were actually good.
Exactly. And Ngakoue was a beast that year. 12 sacks, led the league in forced fumbles, made the Pro Bowl, the whole 9 yards.
So he shines when the team's good. Big fucking deal. That still doesn't explain the team hopping.
This is where it gets interesting. The Jags started sucking again. And surprise, surprise, Ngakoue wanted out.
I'm shocked.
He even went so far as to publicly demand a trade. Got into it with the owner's son on Twitter, no less.
Dude, not a smart move.
Not exactly a team player.
No, it sounds like he's got a bit of an ego problem.
The Jags weren't having it. They slapped the franchise tag on him, basically forcing him to stay.
Ouch.
But eventually, they traded him to the Vikings. This is 2020, by the way.
Vikings. I thought he was only there for like 5 minutes.
You're right, mid-season trade to the Ravens.
This dude can't stay put for more than a few months, it seems like.
It was like teams were playing hot potato with him.
All right, I'm starting to see a pattern here. Talented as hell, but maybe he rubs people the wrong way.
You're catching on. After the Ravens, it was the Raiders. They gave him a massive contract, and wouldn't you know it, he's back to his old form. Double-digit sacks, player of the week.
But just for one season, I bet? Because this guy can't stay put.
Bingo! Next year, traded to the Colts. It's like he's constantly chasing something, never satisfied.
Or maybe teams just can't deal with his shit for too long.
It's possible.
All right, so we've got Jacksonville, Minnesota, Baltimore, Las Vegas, Indy, and I'm guessing this isn't even half the list.
Oh no, we're just getting warmed up. This
No.
shit show's far from over. So after the Colts, where do you go next? Oh yeah, the Bears.
Dan Bears. Another big contract, I'm sure.
You know it. And the same old story. Decent numbers, but then boom, broken ankle, season over.
So maybe that's why teams are so quick to trade him. The guy's made of glass.
It's a possibility, but it's gotta be more than that. I don't know. Maybe he just can't find the right fit, you know? Like he's always searching for something.
Or maybe he's just a goddamn diva, and no one can stand him for more than a season.
Could be. But look, this is the NFL, man. It's a fucking meat grinder. Maybe he's just trying to get what he deserves.
All right, but back to this laundry list of teams. We were at, what, 6?
Thanks, yeah. And get this. After the Bears, he ended up back with the Ravens.
The Ravens.
Again. But hold on, not on the active roster. The practice squad. Can you believe that shit?
A Pro Bowler.
Ah!
On the practice squad. Damn. That's got a sting.
It gets even weirder. They elevated him for a game, and guess what? The dude sacks his former teammate, Gardner Minshew.
Talk about rubbing salt in the wound. This guy's career is like a bad reality show.
And then, and this is the kicker, the Ravens signed him to the active roster for a few weeks, but then waived him again. They couldn't make up their minds about him.
You know what? I think Ngakoue is the NFL's equivalent of a bad boyfriend. All that flash and potential, but ultimately just a big mess.
Maybe. Or maybe, like I said, he's just a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. But either way, that brings us to his current team, the Patriots.
Oh, Belichick and the Patriots. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
They've got a reputation for taking on guys with, shall we say, colorful pasts.
See if they can squeeze out whatever talent's left.
Exactly. So maybe Belichick sees something in Ngakoue, or maybe they're just desperate for some pass rush. Who knows?
All right, so what's your prediction? Does he finally settle down in New England? Or is this just another stop on the Ngakoue Express?
Honestly, it's anyone's guess. The Patriots are like Fort Knox when it comes to information.
Yeah, they keep everything under wraps.
But hey, maybe Belichick's got the magic touch, you know? Maybe he can turn this wild stallion into a champion.
Or maybe Ngakoue blows it all up again and takes the whole Patriots defense down with him.
Either way, it's going to be one hell of a ride. But you know, this whole thing, it's not just about Ngakoue, right?
What do you mean?
It's about the NFL, man. This system that chews these guys up and spits them out, talent ain't always enough.
So what you're saying, even if you're good at your job, don't be a dick?
Pretty much. It's about being a team player, being coachable, reliable, all that shit. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're a pain in the ass,
No one's going to want you around.
you got it.
There you have it, folks. The Yannick Ngakoue saga. Talent, ego, and the cold, hard reality of the NFL.
It's a reminder that even in a world obsessed with stats and wins, the human element matters. And sometimes that human element can be messy as fuck.
All right, so we spent, what, like an hour dissecting this whole Yannick Ngakoue
Well,
thing.
a whole lot of teams.
Dude's talented, no one's arguing that, but he bounces around more than a goddamn rubber ball.
Bounces right out of town.
So what's the fucking lesson here? Like, besides, don't be a dick.
Well, it's like a perfect example of how the NFL works, right? I mean, raw talent, yeah, that'll get you in the door, but it's not going to keep you there.
You got to play nice.
Got to have the whole package, man. Work ethic, the right attitude, knowing how to be part of a team.
So you're saying this guy's a straight-up asshole?
I'm not saying that. Not directly, but come on, 10 teams. Got to be something going on there.
Maybe he's just got a knack for pissing off the wrong people.
Could be he's too outspoken, doesn't kiss enough ass.
Yeah, maybe doesn't play the game.
But at a certain point, you got to wonder, doesn't it become a pattern? Like, how many bridges do you got to burn before people start thinking you're the problem?
Yep, but this is the NFL, man. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Maybe he's just trying to survive, get his piece.
Sure, I get that, but there's ways to do that, right? And being a dick ain't one of them. Look at some of these other guys. Superstars, team leaders, respected by everybody.
Yeah, so what you're saying is if you're good at your job, you can get away with being an asshole.
Hell no, man. That's the opposite of what I'm saying. Talent without character, it's like, what's a good analogy? Like a Ferrari with no brakes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Looks great, but it's going to crash and burn eventually.
That's deep, man. So what's next for this guy? What's the next chapter in the Yannick Ngakoue saga? He gonna stick with Belichick and the Patriots, or is this just another quick layover?
Honestly, who the fuck knows? Maybe Belichick can work his magic, you know? Whip him into shape. Turn him into a champion.
Or maybe Ngakoue goes full Ngakoue and takes the whole Patriots defense down with him.
Only time will tell, right?
All right, you degenerates. That's the Yannick Ngakoue story in a nutshell.
Talent, ego, and the beautiful brutality of professional football.
It's a reminder that there's more to life than just being good at something.
It's about the whole package, the good, the bad, and all the ugly shit in between.
Amen to that. And with that pearl of wisdom, we're out of here. Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.